Just gonna slip on by. Oops, sorry, mister. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no! Yeah, so that's me in my Minecraft hardcore world. Meaning if I die, my entire world is gone forever. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my experience surviving 100 days in Minecraft hardcore. And I'll preface this before the video starts, it's a bit of a doozy, so make sure you sit back, grab some snacks, and enjoy my rendition of Luke TheNotable's 100 Days in Hardcore Minecraft. Starting off on day 1, not the greatest spawn, but we made do with this abandoned shipwreck I found. It gave us some bread and a treasure map to get us started on our journey. I noticed a sea pickle cove and indulged in pickle collection. Even though I'm not really fond of them, I said what the heck and grabbed them anyways. Made my way to land and made this shitty useless pickaxe, which I immediately replaced with stone tools later. Yoinked myself some iron, killed some fish, and got cooking. Water buckets and shields are #1 priority due to their life-saving capabilities, so I went to get that out of the way. Found myself lost in a forest looking for sheep, and I was immediately rewarded, and was able to sleep my way into day 2. A very generic and subtle day 1, but day 2 I wanted security. I wanted to get a full set of iron armor, so I explored the caves I found and took advantage of the resources I had. Ventured down deep darks of the caves. Without much risk, I managed to grab myself a humble amount of resources. Scary noise. Oh, hello there, cave spider. With a cave spider being there, it meant there were definitely more somewhere else. Oh my god, poison, that's not good. Jesus. Poison is one of the deadliest effects in hardcore, making cave spiders a big danger. So I made full gear and attempted to face the herd of 8-legged freaks. Okay. Oh, that's so not good. That's so not good. I'm dead. I'm dead. Damn, 2 days in. Please live on half heart, please. Yes! I survived with the lowest health possible. I swallowed my pride and backed away from a fight I knew I couldn't yet handle, and slept my way into day 3. Day 3. I took a moment to glance over the world that I will soon conquer, and continued onward. Located myself a mesa biome and almost died to stick farming. Luckily I survived, and it revealed a mesa ravine which had metric tons of gold. And there's no way I'm passing up on this much gold. So I grabbed this name tag and got to mining. At the very end of this, I ended up with over 100 pieces of gold, which will come in great handy when it comes to making golden apples. Day 4. I found a desert village, and as I walked in, I noticed a very interesting shaped building. Never mind that, I started smelting this gold and made friends with this Siamese cat. Aw, cute little guy. I have a name tag just for you. What? You ate all my fish, you son of a bitch! Anyways, I boated away looking for an area to settle, saw a cool monument, and found a spot that met good island-based standards. I set up shop and started landscaping away. Spent the first night on my private island eyeing the moon. Day 5 and 6. I gathered resources to begin my home, only to run out and have to make a tree farm. While my wood's growing, wow, I did not think about that before saying it, did I? I spotted an underwater cave near my base, and decided to make it my dedicated mine. I swam out of my mine and was greeted by a horde of mobs on my island, so I beat their bony undead heads in and slept like a baby. Day 7. A day of mining and cave exploration. I also managed to get a skeleton to kill a creeper and got my first disc. Then this happened. Come on, make the jump. Oh my god. Okay, let me try one last time. Fuck it, I'll just mine it. Day 8. Made my way back to the mines after that set attempt of life, and mined out an underground bunker for some reason. I also found my first set of diamonds. I came out with a load of resources that'll help me construct my base. Day 9 and 10. I woke to a creeper hogging my boat, but he was doing no harm, so I let him be. got to work on my home. I forgot I actually had a name tag, so I decided to put some of this iron to use and make an anvil, so I can give my creeper friend a little name. I'm gonna name you Goopy. Gotta be quick so he doesn't explode. There we go. New bestie. Day 11 through 20. Mined some diamonds, got some obsidian, planted some cane, and made an enchantment table. With all this stuff, I had to get my house finished to store all of it. So that's exactly what I did. Till this wandering trader came on by and messed up my mojo! You smug son of a bitch. I eventually got my home situation situated and decided to explore for some leather, so I can behold myself a level 30 enchantment table. After a trail of cow killings, I found myself a village hut that had all the bookshelves I needed, so all the cows I massacred earlier were actually completely useless. Back at my house, I constructed a level 30 enchantment table, which could give me high tier enchants like Fortune 3 or Efficiency 4. I enchanted some items I had and luckily landed with one of the best enchant combinations ever on a pickaxe. With that pickaxe, I decided why not do a bit of strip mining and capitalize on this Fortune 3. And just when the fun was beginning, I realized I had mined underneath a sea temple and got cursed with mining fatigue. But I had enough for full diamond armor, so I started crafting and enchanting away at a fresh set of drip, so I could have a chance at surviving the Nether. Rest of the day went to diamond mining because in the morning, I was going to construct my first portal to another dimension. Decided to make my portal with gold blocks for the edges just for the flex, and entered through. The worst spawn I could possibly get is if I'm over a giant pit of lava. Nope, 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 take me back. I want to go home, take me back right now. After that heart attack, I enchanted my gear, grabbed some blocks, and went back through to construct a safe bridge to land. Five stacks of cobblestone later and a trusty leap of faith, I made my way deep into the Nether. Whilst grabbing some bone blocks, I rolled up on a bastion and robbed piglins of their sizable gold block collection. Not too far from that bastion, I found a fortress in the corner of my eye, and I made my way down to it to get myself a decent amount of blaze rods. Now that I think of it, why did they call them blaze rods in the first place? Why not blaze sticks or blaze remnants? I don't like the idea of holding a blaze's rod, you know what I mean? Anyways, after rod farming, I decided I'd get to brewing some potions, and realized I forgot the nether wart, and threw a little temper tantrum. Damn nether wart, son of a bitch! Back to the nether I go, but before that, I gotta flex my gold stash real quick. Day 20 to 40. I make my way back to the fortress and spend so much time looking for nether warts, I caught myself a wither skull. Every way I went, no nether warts. There were none to be found. So I decided that I needed to run in one direction until I found a new one. I traded with piglins for fire resistance just in case, and ran my miles for leg day in the trenches of hell. A few thousand blocks later, I rolled up on a fortress. Not too soon after that, I made my way to the bulbous hellberries that caused all this. I was a little too scared of the nether to run all the way back the entire distance I traveled, so I nether traveled into the overworld. But I forgot when you travel 1 block in the nether, it translates to 8 blocks in the overworld. So I guess you could say I was a little far out. I started getting a move on horseback riding, then immediately replaced this slow ass horse with a new one, only to run into an ocean, which left me with no option but to leave my horse. You will not be missed at all. 14,000 blocks in the overworld later, I rolled up on a ruined portal in the middle of the ocean and lit it up. Once I entered the portal, I quickly started to remember where I was, and it became easier to backtrack to my original portal. Oh, I finally see it. Home sweet home. Took about 2 hours, and I finally made it. Just gonna slip on by. Oops, sorry, mister. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no! Now, we're back where we started. I just want to preface that this video wouldn't exist if it weren't for this clutch. So please drop a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. I cleared my way through piglins while my hands were shaking intensely. On the verge of death, it made me realize how easy it is to lose everything with just a simple mistake. After a fresh breath of the overworld air, I rushed myself back home and got a good night's rest. Day 40 to 60, I did some enchantments to ensure something like that would not happen again. And I also thought it'd be smart to make a netherite farm so I don't have to go back in the nether for them. I did some exploring to find beehives so I can put my mind to another project, a mini bee reserve. Not for harvesting or farming, but as a little tribute for my favorite little guys. I planted my favorite flower all around and let the bees harmonize in their cozy tree enclosed home. Hold on, gotta censor this. Got started on a potato farm just in case I needed extra food in the future, but I'll be honest, I've never ended up using it. Netherite armor, a necessity to complete 100 days of hardcore, and something I've been yearning to wear since day 1. I mustered the courage to jump back into the nether and get bed bombing for some ancient debris. Once I got to Y15, I got to busting beds and strip mining. I came out of the nether with 27 ancient debris, which landed me 6 pieces of netherite, which was just enough to get my full set of armor and 2 primary tools fixed with netherite. Went piglin farming for XP, then started enchanting my fresh set of netherite to god armor. At some point, I had to go back and get some more XP, so I went mining and ran into an invisible drowned. It was invulnerable to any melee attack, so I had to use magic to cast it to its doom. And finally, I reached full potential when it comes to protection. I was feeling a bit sentimental, so I took this random baby zoglin that found its way into a boat to the edge of my tree farm and we watched the sunset together. Day 60 to 65. Mending. A proper essential for netherite armor since it's far too expensive to repair. I set out on an adventure to find myself a village to get my hands on these rare enchanted books. They would make my life a whole lot easier, so it was very important to get these now. Since I didn't have emeralds on me, I decided to make a Fletcher, which would let me trade him sticks for emeralds. What a steal! No, literally, I'm robbing this man of his fortune in exchange for sticks. I then started to spam place the lectern so I can have a chance at locking in a mending trade with this guy. What? Why are you in bed? Get out of there. What are you doing? 100 lectern places later, I finally saw a mending book in his trades, so I logged it in and got to trading. I only needed around 6 mending books and I got that, so I took my books and I booked it home. Before slapping the books on my armor, I decided it was time for a bow, so I enchanted a few of those, then got right to making my armor and primary tools practically unbreakable. Day 65 to 75. A lot happens in these set of days, so I'll go a little bit slower. I first killed piglins to get my mending armor fully repaired, made Eyes of Ender and traveled ways away to find the gateway to the end dimension. I found the spot where I had to mine and mined into the stronghold. And not too long after, I found its core, so I marked the coordinates in the chat and filled in the portal frame. After 68 days of progression, I knew I could handle the battle with undeniably the strongest boss in the game, the Ender Dragon. I then prepped up my potions and shot myself with an arrow of slow falling that I got from the Fletcher earlier. I started firing away at crystals, taking them out with very little miss rate. After all the crystals were busted, I shot my bow with full force, trying to hit every shot. Once I got it low enough, I started hitting it with my sword, then I realized I still need to get some Dragon's Breath in case I wanted to make some cool potions. I stole some of its hot-ass breath and slayed the beast. On day 69, I defeated the Ender Dragon and collected the one-of-a-kind dragon egg. I built up to the Void Gateway, but then decided to go against it so I can focus on a side project I needed to complete. I hopped in the portal and sat through the credits. No, seriously, I sat through the entire thing, and I even got far enough to see that there are 3 Alexanders on the development team. How do you think they distinguish which Alexander they're talking to? Never mind my rambling. Once I spawned in my bed, I built a small monument for the egg as a trophy of game completion. Made a little area for my turtle eggs to sit pretty. I then started some house renovating and wanted to make some updates to my island. Midway, I encountered a skeleton looking to apply for phase, but missed the shot. You suck. You suck so bad. I admired my base from afar as it's come a long way. I also thought it'd look nice to get some vines growing. Finished building a smelting area for all my cooking needs and installing street lamps to my streetless island. A long day of work really pays off when you get to see a sunset like this every night. Day 75 to 88. I did a little bit of venturing and passed by my first ever desert temple. Beyond that, in the fog, I spotted an abandoned village. Upon first glance, there seemed to be nothing wrong. I saw no zombie villagers, but then I started bursting into flames while getting attacked by invisible zombies. I started shooting at the air and cleared way to tame this horse and bring him home. And it began. I started construction on my secret project, which took the most time out of any lone project in this video. And as egotistical as it is, you could probably tell, the secret project is a block for block statue of me. You could tell I had a lot of free time on my hands. Final touch, and should be done. Look at the big old version of me over there. Looks so clean, oh my god. Days 89 to 99. One thing I knew I needed was an elytra. Those things make the progression on every survivor world exponentially speed up. I went back to my old coordinates to the end frame and dug right into the portal room and hopped on through. After these 2 sad attempts of entering the end islands, I finally made it. The end game. Now, the end is the only place a player with the level of gear I have can die. One misplace, one uncrouch, one teensy-weensy mess up and I'm in the void, losing my entire world in an instant. Caution was my game until I threw a pearl just mere blocks from falling into the void. My reaction was quite subtle in the recording, but my hands were trembling intensely. I spotted my first end city, which housed a flying ship. I got somewhat lucky with that, since it is about a 50% chance to spawn. I probed myself over and grabbed my first elytra. I also stole the dragon head at the front of the ship and then took flight for the first time. Believe it or not, I found myself another end city, grabbed the elytra and left, just to find another end city with a ship, grabbed the elytra and left, and just when I thought it was over, I spot another one. And at this point I wanted to go home, but I could not find a gateway. So my only way of getting out of the end is 1, keep running until I find a gateway, or 2, build up a tall pillar near the edge of the end islands and attempt falling over a 1,000 block chasm of nothing but void. If you think I'm gonna risk my entire world just to get home quicker, then you're absolutely correct. I built up to the build height and like a baby bird in a bird's nest, a final leap of faith. Minutes of silence gliding through the darkness of the end. I started seeing obsidian structures of the main island come into my render distance. Home sweet home. I got home with heaps of loot, and most importantly, 5 elytras. It was time to craft myself some fireworks and get airbound. It was amazing being able to free fly for the first time, but my 100 days are almost up. I got straight to finishing up the second floor of my house, and man, I have never built a house with such a glow up before in a survival world. It really got me thinking on how good you can get at something by just practicing. I decided to spend one of my last sunsets with my friend Goopy. I couldn't get too close, but if I could, I'd give him a big ol' smooch. Day 100. I set out on my last mission, the objective that ends it off, make a cake. I was out all day trying to find an egg, and at the very last moment of day 100, a chicken plopped an egg out right in front of me. And I decided to give my 100-day cake to my beloved baby Zoglin. Here you go. What the fuck? You ungrateful little shit! Eat the cake! Eat it! There we go. Just one little bite. Just one little... You son of a bitch. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. Adios.